Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon, everyone. So it's me, it's Saad Mikhailov, I'm the Dean, and next to me on my right is the Deputy Dean for Undergraduate, Dr. Sohana. So actually we call for this session with students with the objective to get your feedback, to get your comment, and to get your experiences during these last 3 months. As all of us knows, this is an unprecedented situation. All of us are on the learning and trying to adapt to the situation. I know students have been in a difficult situation. Some of them was in the campus, some of them left home, some of them does not have internet connection, and so on and so forth. However, as a faculty, we decided that we will continue the semester, and the university also have decided also to continue the semester, and we switched to online learning. As we all know, this online learning is new to us. We are maybe the first time we are trying this kind of method. I think actually it took us by surprise. Maybe most of us was not ready. Either lecturers, students, parents, everyone, all the community actually, we were not ready for this. However, I think we have managed to quickly adapt. Yes, we believe that there are rooms for improvement. There are rooms for make things better. But this is the way forward. Okay, we have to continue, and we make sure that we deliver the best service for our students. And one of the reasons why I have insisted on this for town hall with the students, even it is what I call an online, it's not face-to-face, because I really want the students' feedback. I want the student experience. For your information, we had 2 meetings with the student chapters and student representative during the beginning of the MCO, where we call all the student representatives in the faculty, and then we discuss them. We discuss with them on their feedbacks, on their opinions, on their suggestions on how we are going to proceed. And also last Friday, we had another meeting with the student representatives. I hope they have conveyed the message to you. Also, we seek their opinions. And today we call for this town hall, where we expect our students to give us their feedbacks and their inputs for improvement. But let me, as I said just now, let me repeat again. This is a new thing. No one, even not only here in University of Malaya, but in the whole country, in the whole world actually, everyone is learning and trying to adapt and trying to improve. Okay, so this is, you have to put in mind. I think we as Faculty of Engineering, the TDID, the TDIT, all the deputy deans are putting a lot of effort, trying to adapt, trying to improve. We continuously receive feedbacks from lecturers, from students, and trying to adapt also. However, I would like to take this opportunity, first one, to thank all the students for their understanding, also for their cooperation, okay, during this difficult time, and also the lecturers, the staff who have been also working, trying to work very hard, even as I say remotely. Some of the staff, some of the lecturers even does not have laptops. As I say, it's taken everyone by surprise. Some lecturers doesn't have laptops. Some of them maybe doesn't have an internet connection, good internet connection at home, because most of the time we used to come to the office and do the work from office. We go back home, so some of them doesn't have good internet connection. And the same goes for students. But I think we managed to go through many of these issues. We already solved most of them, but I think there is a lot of area of improvement and a lot of room for improvement. So that's why we call for this meeting to get your feedback and your input. We what you call distributed a Google form for student feedback. We have collected, I think, some around 41 questions and suggestions. Maybe at the beginning, we will go through all these comments and these suggestions and these questions. We try to answer them. Some of them I will answer if you related to the Dean Office. Some of them, our Deputy Dean for undergraduate studies will answer them. Some of them, the coordinators. Some of them, the head of department. Some of them will be by the postgraduate office. So because there are a variety of questions, we try to be brief because we want to open the channel for students to ask questions directly. All right. And as I said before, all the students, okay, please, if you have any questions or any suggestions, please, the first step, you talk to your lecturer. Talk to your lecturer, ask the questions or ask the, make your complaint or your suggestions. If the lecturer doesn't take actions, so you should report to the head of department. Okay, if there is no response from the head of department, so you have to report to the deputy dean for undergraduate or postgraduate, depends on which program you are. If it does not solve, then you can report to me. Okay, I'm not making this as a, it will take ages maybe for you to. If you want to directly write an email, so could you please mute? Okay, so you can write directly to me. Okay, for example, if you want to don't write to the head, to write to the dean, you can write to the dean. But for me, as always, we have to follow the organization. So for me, if I receive a complaint, so I will ask the deputy dean to check it. The deputy dean will talk to the head of department. The head of department will talk to the lecturer. So this is the process we have to follow. That's the. But if you have any complaint or any suggestions or any what you call bad experience during this during this teaching or during e-learning or during even after this also the same, you can directly write to the dean, and I will promise I will answer you and reply to you within 24 hours. So this is my timeline. Within 24 hours, I will get back to my students or to anyone who asks questions. So we believe that our assets, as I always say, our assets or our existence in this institution is due to the students. We serve the students, and we have to do our level best to serve them with all what we can. Okay, all right. But all, as I say always, we have to understand each other. We have to keep communicating with each other. We have to keep what we call giving suggestions and inputs in order to improve further. So without further ado, maybe we go through the questions. Karunisa, are you there?
Yep.
Yeah. So we can go. Hi, Karunisa. So you go question by questions, and then we go through these questions. But you can write your questions. Also, we have the
Q&A slot.
Sorry.
They can write question at Q&A slot here.
Yeah.
And also, if you wish to speak up, just raise your hand, and later we will allow you to on your mic.
Okay, for your information, Dr. Karunisa from Biomedical Engineering, she is the moderator of this session. She will be going through the questions, and then also she will monitor what I call giving the permission for people to speak, right? Karunisa?
All right. The first, okay, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, everyone. So I start with the first feedback and comment from the student. The first one is final exam schedule should be set as earlier as possible. Dr. Swana want to answer that or?
Yeah, sure. Okay, firstly, I just want to make sure that people understand that we had to respond to things in a very fluid manner. All right, so we had that directive that teaching e-learning recommends on the 27th of April. So we came up with very detailed guidelines, and we in between the HODs and the coordinators and myself and the dean, we had many meetings to see how things would work out best for the students and how it would work out for the lecturers. Okay. So in terms of timeline, before the 27th of April, we did not disturb the lecturers because we wanted them to focus on preparing for e-learning. Okay. And therefore, in May, the early part of May, the first 2 weeks, we let the lecturers just try the teaching as well, because, you know, there were, I think in the beginning especially, there were so many hiccups to do with e-learning. So I did not want to impose on them anything to do with the examination, but I asked them to prepare the examination materials for the month of May. And because it was going to be Hari Raya at the end of May as well. So right after Hari Raya, then we started on the moderation process. And actually, the schedule that my office wanted to release, it was ready last week. Okay, but I think everybody is aware that, you know, some issues were put forward to the TNC and also came back to the faculty that you guys were not happy about the period of the exam. Some people were not happy, okay, when the exam should be and the duration of the exam. So after that, we had to basically reschedule everything because, you know, you were asking for exams not to be too long. So we had to make all exams 2 hours. You asked for some gaps so that you have time for submission. So we had to reschedule all that. And when we do that, there's bound to be clashes. Okay, so we're finalizing it today. But again, you know, it's not a straightforward process because the university doesn't do it for us anymore. Previously, all we did was give the timetable of the subjects to the university. They would do the exam schedule. You get it very early on. But now it's all back to the faculty to manage. So that definitely takes time. So you have to understand the logistics that we have to deal with prior to that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's good. Okay, that's next question. Vermisa.
The second one comment, the method of assessment was given very late to us. Test was given on week 13, and as compared to before MCO, the student know when is the test and what topic covered in the test. But I believe this one we have the Form 1 e-planner, right? And I believe also all lecturer put it on Spectrum, but I don't know this one from JKM.
Yeah, okay, for the second question, if I don't know who asked this question, but if you can give us, if I think what we have decided, we have created a Form 1 where the lecturer have to declare all the kinds of assessments that to be done to the student and when. Okay, and that should be placed or should be loaded into Spectrum. So if the one who asked this question, if you can give us the code, the details, the course code, whatever, so we can verify. Okay, next question.
Prof, the second question comes from JKM student. I can tell. Maybe.
But we need the course code, the code of the course, so
right,
right. More precise. Okay.
So
the third question about the C-test.
C-test.
Yeah, the C-test will not be there to evaluate. However, we will, as a faculty, we will develop our own system to have the student feedback. Okay, this is we will work on it. So the C-test is a university decision. It's not the faculty decision. But as a faculty, we will be developing our own system to get the feedback from the students on the lecturer's performance and the method of delivery. Fourth question. Yeah.
Question.
I just want to add something on question number 3. I want to emphasize on the very last sentence there. I will reread it. We pay tuition fees for a reason. I think there's something very wrong with that statement coming from students because it spells out entitlement. Because you are paying fees, you expect a certain level of service. That's not how it was. If you go into the different cultures, the Muslim culture or the Chinese culture, Hindu culture, and so on, the teacher is your educator. They are accorded a certain amount of respect. They are trying to pass to you some knowledge for your own benefit. Okay, we acknowledge if there is some wrongdoing on the part of the educator, which you may communicate to us, but I think the spirit that you can demand certain things because you are paying fees is not going to stand you very well later in your life.
If I may add, actually EdTech also conduct one online survey for university level specific to the subject. So the student can comment and take that as a C test for this current semester. So that already come up with online assessment for the lecturer as what the student wish. So student can use that form to replace the C test that what we used to have before MCO. All right, for the fourth question, the assignment load is ridiculously too much. On top of that, even though we don't have study week, some lecturers decide to have final during week 14. So,
yeah,
final
okay.
exam
Okay,
or final?
for number 4. Yeah. Actually, as I see this now, most of the lecturers doesn't know how to deal with this situation. So we know that the amount of assignment was quite huge for all the students because different lecturers give 3 or 4 assignments. We already convey this to all the lecturers. We try to reduce or to minimize the number of assignments as much as possible. Okay, we know actually, we are aware of this, but as I said before, this one is the first time, the first experience. No one actually know how to deal with it. So, but we understand. Okay, that's the amount or the number of assignments is given to the students is large and huge. So that's why we make decisions that to limit the assignments to the week 13. Right? Yeah. There will be no new assignments after week 13. So only the one given before. Okay, and we try actually to convey this message to all the lecturers who gives assignments. Okay. A lot of sense.
2 things there, yeah. So what's happened is because some lecturers had to cut down their exam time. In the original schedule, some lecturer put exam as 3 hours, 4 hours, and now we have to put it down to 2 hours, which is what you're supposed to get, yeah. But there are certain parts of the course that the lecturer cannot assess in the finals because they have to comply to this. This is a faculty decision. So for those cases, some lecturers will have to do a take-home item, which may run into week 13. All right, this is just to mitigate our scheduling for the exams. Otherwise, some lecturers have already decided to make the whole thing into a take-home, some faculty subject into week 13. So you have to understand that there's a lot of compromise being involved. We are trying to deal with it as well as we can, but things have to go somewhere. But at least I can promise you that students will be dealt with fairly. There's a whole moderation process on your marks right after the examination period is done.
So okay. The first one. So also we'll be answering some.
Just finish off. Yeah. The other point that I want to make about assignments when you claim it's too much, it's sometimes nice to talk a little bit detail with students about this. When the lecturers give a video, for example, they want to make sure you watch the video and don't just log in and go away. So usually when that happens, they will give very short questions at the end of the class, just to make sure you actually watched it or you actually went through the notes, okay? I hope that, by the lecturers doing this at the end of every class, you don't say that the lecturer is giving too much assignment. All right, so there's a differentiation there. Of course, the graded assignments cannot be too much, but sometimes the lecturers just ask the question at the end of each class, which I encourage, so that they make sure the student is putting in some effort for every week. Okay, Prof. Carry on.
Okay, so
yeah. So I'm reading the question and answer. The first question, hi Chong, final year. The EAC accreditation, we have managed to get the extension for 1 year, which means that I know you guys were told they would come this year in March, okay? But obviously that didn't happen. So there will not be a visit this year. I repeat, there will not be a visit this year. So for those in the final year, you will not be meeting the panel when they come next April. But maybe there's a possibility that if they want to see recent graduates, we might call upon you. Okay, so we are currently organizing some documentation that the EAC is asking so that we can formalize the accreditation for your batch.
Yeah, so I think we don't have to worry about your.
Yeah, don't worry
so we got 1 year extension, so all our programs still accredited, even you graduate this year. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. So we are dealing this with the AEC. So they will be visiting us next year in April. Okay, so we continue with the questions. Maybe there is another question here. Third year student, I want to enter. Okay, the lab. Okay, unfortunately not yet. We are not allowed to allow student to come in. Which one? Yeah.
Final year.
No, third year.
But this one,
Yeah. Which one?
It disappeared.
It disappears.
Yeah, it was there right under Chong's comment.
Okay, for so far only staff and postgraduate students are allowed to come into the campus. Okay, for final year or third year student, whatever, is not allowed. This is a directive from the ministry and also a directive of the top management. So we cannot allow any students at the moment. We don't know what will be in the future, but at this stage, no.
I add on something.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the advice from the TNCA. I know that for the final years, you are given an opportunity to come back from the 1st of July for those with certain problems like FYP and so on. Okay, that is being managed by TNC and they are supposed to come out with a template in the very near future, which you can fill out so that you can request to come back. I know that the Dean has received some of these emails to request to come back, but we won't be processing them until this form goes out from TNC because we can't be doing, different people doing different things. Otherwise, there's going to be miscommunication. So we let the TNC and HEP manage this, and we'll process it once that form goes out. From the 1st of July, only for final years.
Okay. Can we open for questions? Anyone want to ask questions live? Karenisa, any requests?
so far no requests, no one raising hand yet.
We got one, two, three. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Fazlidin.
Yes, hello. So I'm a second year student, and not only in Malaysia we have faced a pandemic situation, and I guess our parents and maybe our supervisors lost their half of the paycheck, maybe got fired, some of them. So as an international student, I would like to ask if it's possible, like kind of reduce the fees because we all have faced difficult situations right now. And I'm just asking on behalf of, I guess, international students. So is it possible a little bit reduce the fee if possible?
Yeah. Okay. We actually receive also. I think there is one question also in here about the fees. So as you know, the fees is not controlled by the faculty. It's at the university level. We will make the proposal. We know actually the international, especially international students, actually pays almost three times the local fees. So we know they are impacted. In this situation. So we are making a proposal to the university at least to remove part of the fees, especially, for example, the research fees, the library fees, all this, which is the student doesn't use, for example.
Yes, we weren't using it. I hope so.
Yeah. So our TDIT, they call Dr. Farah, are you around?
Good evening, doctor. Can you hear me?
We will make a proposal on this. Okay, yes, please.
Okay.
Next one.
Hello. Good evening, doctor.
Yeah, good evening.
Actually, my question is regarding the internship. I'm a third-year mechanical student, and due to Corona, we're not getting internship. So, what will happen? Is it gonna be? Yes, I'm a third-year mechanical engineering student, and due to Corona, it's hard for us to get an internship. We're not even getting replies from the companies. So, will it be
possible? Mechanical? Which program?
Mechanical. Are you mechanical?
Yes, undergraduate.
Yeah,
undergraduate.
Let me elaborate.
Yes.
Because I talk quite frequently with the LI coordinators, and your particular coordinator is Dr. Rida. Okay, it should have been communicated to you that we have, I would say, 3 options for LI for your lot. You are third years, right? So number 1 is you can choose to do it this special semester if you have the offer. That's option number 1. Means physically. Option number 2, companies are already starting to offer remote internships. We have some conditions for that, but you may also go on remote internships. So it could be somewhere else, not physically. Number 3, if you are unable to, we give the facility so that you do this next year. After you finish all your courses, you do it in the next semester class before you graduate. So the options are open. This should have been conveyed to you by your department coordinators. They are your first point of contact.
Okay. So you have 3 options. You select one of them which suits you.
Yeah.
All right.
So we can do it next semester?
Yes, you can.
Or
No,
STEM class, special STEM.
special semester, after semester 8.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam. Yes, please.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for conducting this session. I think it's quite good initiative from the faculty to listen to the students. So my question is regarding the issue of assessment. Okay, so since my first year in the faculty, so we always have this issue of the lecturers not sharing the assessment of the students. So we just entered the final exam without knowing like how much is the scores that we have out of 40. Okay, and now
Okay. Let me tell you this. I have been telling the lecturers this in my faculty meetings. I have talked to the lecturers. The students should know their coursework marks before they go to the final, the 40%. This is my instruction. I have mentioned this. So please drop me an email, okay? A personal email, tell me which lecturer does not give you the marks before you go to the final exam. I am very clear on this, we have given instructions. I think the head of the department are listening now with us. So yes, so the students should know the 40% before they go to the final.
Okay, I really appreciate that, Prof. But like I'm telling you, like this issue has been going since my first year. I'm already in my third year now. So like we keep hearing even from the.
As I say just now, drop me an email with the course code and the lecturer who does not give you the name. I will protect your identity. Don't worry, I will never reveal, but I will do an investigation. Okay, we are very clear on this.
Okay, so we still yet to receive, but I just hope like if you can really like try to implement this, especially with the e-learning.
Yeah,
because
we know the lectures will take some time. The lectures will take some time to mark the assessments, but as I say, the lecturers should give you the marks before your final exam.
Not marks, grades.
Grades.
Yeah, you know your marks.
Yeah, at least grades. Yeah, so like the students can know like where their foots are. Maybe you can say before entering final exam. So mainly this is my question. I've already submitted some of my feedback and suggesting in the Google form.
Yeah, so I have seen your comment here. Yes, I have seen it. Yes, I have seen it.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir.
So please drop me an email. Even if you go to the final, whatever, just drop me an email and give me the names, because we have given instructions to the lecturers a couple of times that they should release the grades to the student before they go to the final.
Okay, inshallah. Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Next.
So, Sohail?
Yes, sir. Assalamualaikum. I am Sohail Sarwar from Postgraduate Club. So I have already forwarded you the request regarding postgraduate concerns. 3 concerns I have emailed you. So the first one was regarding thesis submission deadline date for the current semester. As you all know that this semester we could not focus
sorry,
on the
Sorry. Dr. Farah is currently in Viva. Can we come back to your question later when she's around? Is it possible?
Okay, it's okay.
Okay, I give to another person.
Don't go back, huh?
Don't go back, just wait.
Give it some time, then come back.
I have forwarded 3 concerns for postgraduate students. So kindly give me. Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Farah will answer later.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So can you take a note of Sohail's questions later on?
I already informed Dr. Farah about that.
Okay.
The question.
Next.
Omar Shami. Hi. Sorry, I'm so. Mr. Omar, can you talk now? I already enable your mic. Okay, Prof, maybe we look at Q&A. There's another one.
Let's look into the other Q&A, okay? So this one already done. Okay, this one. Can lecturer actually task the student to do their presentation?
I think the student asked, can the presentation be submitted, or can the presentation be done after week 14? Sorry, week. Sorry, no, I think after week 14.
Okay, if it is for the current what you call before result announced? No. If after the result announced, some of students they get the redemption, the C minus, they want to go for C. Yes, the lecturer can ask for another assignment or do some presentations or assignment to upgrade from C minus to C. But not after a week after the exam is done. No.
Dr. Swana, maybe Dr. Swana can explain to the student. I think they are not aware. After week 14, what happened? We need to mark, and then we need to key in the marks for quite only 1 week, right? So maybe they are not really sure about the process after week 15 and 16.
Thank you, Dr. Karinisa. So just to be clear, let's say you finish your exam second week of the exam period. The lecturer has only 1 week after the exam has ended that they have time to key in. All right. So what happens is they have 1 week to mark. Even though there are 300 of you in the course, they only have 1 week to mark from the last date of exam. After the deadline, we are going to have meetings to look at your marks, to look at your CGPA, and we discuss this in board meetings. So all your results are agreed in the board meetings. All this happens very fast. The whole process is between 2 to 3 weeks after you finish your last paper. So there is no chance the lecturer can ask you to do this because he or she will not have time to process those marks. It just doesn't make sense. And once that board list is published to you, the marks are final unless you make an appeal. Then the lecturer has to remark, which comes back to Prof. Saad's comment just now, that to check your remark or to do your redemption, maybe they ask you to do something extra, but otherwise, no, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Okay, the next question is about the fee. So I think we already mentioned, unfortunately for undergraduate, we cannot. For postgraduate, we will make a request for at least some fees to be removed for postgraduate studies, okay? So including for locals and for international, for all. Okay, hi, doctor, on behalf of third year students, we are struggling internships. And,
you already answered that one, Prof. Tadi.
Yeah. So we give you 3 options. The 3 options, you have to select one of the 3 that suits you. Okay, next.
Prof, we have also question from Facebook Live. Can I read one first from Facebook Live?
Yeah, please.
I go with Rushdi Warid. Assalamualaikum, doctor. I am second year mechanical student. This semester, we cannot conduct lab. Next year, we're supposed to have IDP. May we know how the implementation for IDP and lab for next semester, since we expect it is e-learning too.
The IDP, yeah.
The lab postponed that semester and also IDP, but then next semester also will be online mode. So how we will conduct lab?
Again, we are working on a day-to-day basis here. E-learning is supposed to be until end of the year. So we don't know, even the KNC doesn't know what's going to happen in January. Okay, so we have a few plans for this. I think the heads of department are already looking at to do software-based labs for the e-learning period, which means until December, they are looking into either virtual lab or e-learning lab, software-based labs for the time that you cannot come to campus. When the semester opens, then you can embark on your physical lab, and we will manage it. We will manage the timing so that you can finish your lab component next semester. Okay, that's the best case scenario. For the IDP, if it's in the first semester, that is more on the planning stage. It's on the design stage. There's even 6 weeks or 7 weeks of lectures for your IDP. So for this first semester, usually there's not much hands-on that you need to do at that stage. But you can use that opportunity to do your proper design. You'll be taught proper design techniques, and you can do your conceptualization of your IDP proposal in the first semester. That's what it's supposed to be anyway.
Okay, I hope. Okay, if I think we didn't answer the questions because we answered the questions according to the understanding, to our understanding to it. So if it does not give you the answer that you are looking for, please ask again. Karenisa?
Yeah, okay, Prof. Can we go for another question from Facebook? Muhammad Iqbal. Can we go for Facebook? Okay, Muhammad Iqbal Karim asks, a lot of students asking to know regarding will we be entering UM next semester, because some of them renting the house outside. So they need to know whether they should cancel the rent or come back to here next semester?
Okay, I think the directive from the ministry is very clear. Students will not be allowed till the end of the year. But as you know, the situation is on daily or maybe weekly monitoring. We don't know, maybe if the situation gets better, there is a possibility that we will allow students to come in September. No one knows. Okay, so currently the semester has been, the first semester has been delayed, I think, as you know, till October. Okay, the semester is, the starting of the semester is no more September now, is October. I think the new academic calendar have been already released. You can check it in the website. So starting in the October, so you will have like October, November, December, 3 months. But as I say, it's based on a daily and weekly monitoring of the situation. We hope the situation will get better. Currently, the university have decided only maybe during the beginning of the semester, only first year students will come in. Okay, but for second year, third year, and final year, there is no decision yet. We have to wait for the decision from the ministry. Okay, next. This one, third year student electrical engineering. During before MCO, my accommodation is quite far from here. Most of provide lockers for students.
I thought we have that at Block D down there.
Okay, good. So we have lockers. So the TDP actually, if the students can come to us, we can. Is Dr. Raja in?
No, Dr. Raja is not in. Sorry, I will convey this message to Dr. Raja. But actually, the locker is available at Maker Lab, Block D, ground floor.
Okay, good.
Yeah, wrong.
Thank you. Next one. Hello, I am Hamza, civil engineering second year student. We have a survey camp in summer. Is it still on?
I think civil
Dr. Farida or the coordinator?
Dr. Farida or Dr. On? Can you switch on your?
Okay, we come back to this question after this, after Farida or On is in. Okay, another questions. Master mechanical engineering students, of course, work doing project. P2 paper. I'm unable to visit the labs and do the experiment and finish the discussions. Okay, for master students, okay, you can make a request through your supervisor. Okay, if master students want to do a research in the project in the lab, so please make a request through your supervisor. The supervisor and the dean can give permission. All right, next.
Prof, I think Dr. Farah is here. Can we allow Shoaib just now?
Okay, yeah.
So Sohail, sorry.
Sohail is there?
Yes, I'm here. Assalamualaikum. Can you hear me?
Yep. Okay.
I already submitted to you 3 concerns. One regarding thesis submission deadline for the current semester. As you all know that we could not focus on our research, and as for example, as for my lab, in power system lab, there were 3 students who could not submit the revision of the paper, and they have to delay their revision for 3 months. So after 3 months, they are now working and resubmitting the paper. So it will affect their proposed completion of time of completion of degree. So it may disturb our plan to submit the thesis in the current semester. So can this deadline can be extended for 1 month or 2 months, so that we can submit the thesis in the current semester without registering for the next semester and paying fee for the next semester?
Hi, Sohail. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
You are a PhD student.
I'm a master student by research mode.
Research mode. Okay. Now you are in which semester?
I'm in 4th semester.
4th semester. Currently, you didn't withdraw for this semester?
No, I did not withdraw this semester.
So you just continue?
Yes,
and
I didn't.
When you are planning to submit?
I was planning to submit in this semester, August, but I have to delay to resubmit my paper for the journal for 3 months consecutively. So it may affect my proposed plan. So that's why I'm asking, and I'm not asking for myself only. There were other students as well in the postgraduate club. I have collected few data from the postgraduate club, FAPCOM. I am the general secretary of that club. So few of other students also raised this issue. So that's why I'm asking him.
Okay.
On behalf of all the postgrad students, not only me.
Okay. So if you are not, I think because the withdrawal of the semester is already closed. If let's say you withdraw the semester, you need to pay. Okay, then you just my advice is not just continue your research. Okay, for this semester, if let's say you wanted to graduate this year, okay, you need to submit at least 2 months before the last Senate meeting, which is in September. Okay, meaning that in July. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, at least, so that we can chase the examiner, and then you can do a viva before the Senate meeting, and do a corrections and so on. Okay. Otherwise, you cannot. You will not able to graduate this year.
So that's why I'm asking. Can this deadline be extended?
So
it's mastered by research, Prof.
Yeah, no. The current semester has been extended till October, right?
Yeah. So you just continue until September.
So the question is, if the students allow to submit, for example, in August.
Oh, okay.
In September.
Yeah.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Yes, until September. Yeah, tuition is allowed until September. So no fee is imposed. Yeah.
Okay. So actually, Suhail, you are allowed to submit till September. Okay.
Yeah. But I have received the calendar just yesterday from Madam June. I emailed to Madam June, and she told me that the last date to submit the thesis for this semester is 28th August.
Yes, Prof. May I answer Sohail's questions? Yes, okay. Yesterday we had Sohail have contacted me to confirm the last date of submission for examination, thesis or dissertation this semester is 28th of August. So yes, it is true that the last date of submission is 28th of August. So the question is whether the date can be extended, since the calendar academic for upcoming semester will be on October. And considering the 3 months of this MCO, right?
Yeah.
So I have contacted AASC today, this morning, and they say that they will consider to extend, but for now there is no any confirmation date yet, because there is involving technical and discussion further with DVCA's office and also PTM. So this is the latest updates from AASC that I have query of.
Okay, so the current is 28, which is official. However, we will wait from the academic unit to see what is the. I hope that it will be October, because everything is shifted till October. We hope that the extension will be given to all the students till October. Okay.
It's okay. My suggestion is to kindly forward this request from the faculty side. So
yes, sure.
My request is from an individual student. If faculty requests, the university will definitely consider and try to.
Yes, we will. We will do that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Next question.
The next question was regarding the exemption of this semester from the maximum candidature time. As most of the students.
Yeah, it's already. I think it's already approved, Farah, right?
Yes, Prof. Sorry, I'm having a. Wait, can you repeat the questions?
Exemption of this student from maximum candidature time.
Okay.
It's not going to be not if you withdraw, right? Or you
no, not withdraw. For example, my degree is master's degree, so maximum candidature time for me is 8 semesters.
Yeah,
let's suppose if someone is in the 8th semester in the right now, so this student should be given extension to maximum candidature time till next semester.
Yes, you need to write. You need to apply to the dean, because under dean powers, you can extend up to 3 semester after 8th semester.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And the third question was regarding the fee of the students for postgraduate students. as most of the postgraduate students in masters and PhD are international, and they pay almost 3-4 times to the local student. So they could not utilize even proper research facilities and library facilities and most of other facilities as well. So the fee should be decreased and or refunded, some kind of facilitated like this for financially facilitated. Students should be financially facilitated regarding this.
Okay, so Hel, I think this matter Dean already informed. Then perhaps later the management will look into
Yeah,
this.
we will propose to the management of the university to, because we don't, the faculty does not control the fees. We have no.
I know that.
So we will
Thank
make
you so
a
much.
proposal to the university to at least to reduce some part of the fees. For example, the research fee, or all the supervision fee, the library fee, and we get back to you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Sahel.
Karunisa?
Hold on, Prof. I think I allow Hong Bin to also moderate together with me because we have a lot of questions from FB Live, surprisingly. So Hong Bin, please, could you proceed with the question?
Okay, good afternoon, Prof. The question is from the Q&A at Zoom. So, good day, Prof. Saad and Dr. Suhana. I am a third-year student from EE department. I joined this meeting late. May I know if we are allowed to go back for FYP in the next semester?
Next semester? You mean same class?
No, he's third-year student. He's third year. Next year, fourth year, right?
Yeah. So whether you're, I think the offers for the FYP topics have gone out.
No, to come to your question is to come to the university, right?
Yes.
Yeah, as I think I had mentioned just now, currently we waiting for the directive from the ministry. Currently the current decision or the current rule, no student allowed in the campus till December 31st. That is the current, but as I say, the situation is monitored day by day, week by week. It's the same like we as a staff. We are not allowed, before we are not allowed to come into the campus. On the 9th of June, the announcement, everyone have to come to office. No one allowed to work from home. So we hope that if the situation of the country of this disease or this what you call virus is being controlled in a better way, I think maybe the ministry will make a new directive to allow the student to come. Currently, the university is only allowing first-year students to come into the campus because in the first semester. Okay, I hope the situation gets better, so maybe we can allow and we see first. We will let you know if any changes happens.
Yeah, but you have to think of it also as the next semester starts in mid-October.
Yeah.
Okay. Currently, you're supposed to do e-learning until December, so that's a month and a half. Usually, for that month and a half, students are supposed to, refine their topic, do your literature review, and so on. So I doubt that any experimental work will actually carry on in that period of time. So I think we take it step by step.
Okay. Yeah, please.
Prof, I think we take a question from FB, LD Daniel and also Iqbal. They asked the same question. Can we increase the time limit for our final exam? As I'm afraid students with bad internet connection may not be able to do final exam efficiently. Dr. Su, I think we already addressed this for the whole faculty. Maybe you can explain a bit on this.
Yeah. I mean, we seem to be going around in circles because apparently, a number of you made a complaint directly to the TNCA as well that you insisted you want the exam to be 45 minutes to 1 hour. Yeah. So when we spoke to the student council last week, it reflected that that is not what you want. So we managed to get a compromise to have the exams for 2 hours. So we feel that the lecturer can give you a reasonable exam for 2 hours. Otherwise, you have some problem to do it properly. Then we give 30 minutes to submit. All right, we give 30 minutes to submit and 1 hour in between exams. We are also thinking of other facility to help you. If you are a final year, you now have the option to come back to campus. So think about it. If you are somewhere, quite remote, your connection is not very good, you are a final year, think about coming back to campus and apply through HEP when they open the applications. That's point number one. Point number two, maybe a little bit unofficial. You cannot, for the non-final years, you cannot come back to campus, but it doesn't stop you from coming back to KL anymore. You know, so if you know that you're in your village, your connection is no good, there's nothing to stop you from going to the nearest big city or coming back to KL in preparation for your exam. That's as much as I can offer you right now because I'm not allowed to let the other non-final year students come back to campus. Okay.
Okay,
Next one.
The next one is from the Q&A. So, hello.
Hi, hello. Yes, hi.
I am Hamza. In civil engineering second year, we have a survey camp in this summer.
Yeah,
This one already answered.
We're waiting for Farida or On.
Yeah.
Farida.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, Farida. Yeah, Dr. Farida, the head of Department of Civil Engineering. Please.
Okay, for the this year, the survey camp is postponed to next year because we cannot do the field work and also we cannot do the lab work. So we are postponing the survey camp for this semester half to next year.
Okay, Hamza.
Okay.
Okay, next. Next, Harunisa, anyone from live?
Sorry. I allow Mr. Waka to ask question directly.
Yeah.
Mr. Waka, can you speak up now?
Oh.
Mr. Waka? No. Or Mr. Shoaib?
Okay, if there is no one, we can go through the questions. Okay. This one we have answered already, right?
That one answered.
This is done already.
Omar Shami, we have answered, yeah?
Or is it done? Next one, Karunisa.
Hello.
Civil engineering.
Oh, Shoaib is here.
Hello, doctor. This is Shoaib.
Yes,
Mechanical engineering department. Like I'm doing my master's by coursework. So now the deadline for the project P2. I'm in the second semester of the project. So that means I have to submit the project report by next week. That is 18th June. That is next week or Friday. I have to submit. The deadline is 21st Sunday. So I have to submit by Friday. So I'm not able to attend the labs because I'm in India right now. So, and the flights are not open still. And the professor wants us to complete the project, everything by next week. I mean, and because the deadline is by next week. And there is no extension for the coursework students. And I've seen many of the students are not getting the permission to get into the labs for the coursework students. Many of the requests which are fulfilled is only for the research and PhD students. And because of that, I'm not able to finish my result and discussion chapter. I have completed my 3 chapters. Now I have left with only with the result and discussion. Without that, I can't submit the report itself.
Yes, Prof. Okay, Shoaib. Okay, regarding the research project for the Master Engineering, what I can suggest to you is you apply for the grade I. Okay. And then when you apply for the grade I, you can continue your work until September, because if let's say you are graduating, we can do your presentation in September during 9 to 10 September.
What do you mean by grade I? I mean,
did you get the information from the TNCA for the student? You need to apply the grade I to withdraw the subject, so the P2. Okay, you need to apply before week 14.
Grade I is not withdrawing; it's incomplete. Incomplete means they are going to allow you to continue during the short semester.
So will I need to pay the fee, extra fee, or any fee?
No need to pay extra fee.
And I won't get any fail or something, right?
No, but we will arrange your presentation in September.
So it is just an extension.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, it's some sort like extension. You call it a grade I, incomplete. So you continue till during the short semester.
because
you can,
of COVID.
you can email me. You can email me. I can give you the link.
Okay. Yes. What is your email, ma'am? Sorry. If you can.
Okay, you can, Farah, can you type your email in the chat box?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, future. Okay, next question. This one.
Adrian or Vin, please.
Okay, the next question. Hello, I am Jimmy. Would
Yes.
like to ask regarding the minimum amount of visits and talks in order to graduate. Will there be any adjustment to it? Thank you.
Okay, what year are you in? Which department are you in?
I guess this is a general question from undergraduate.
Yeah, it is, but it does depend on which year you're in. Okay, for the time being, we've not made any changes to the conditions for graduating. I know that the anxiety comes from certain departments when it comes to this question. We're also providing, but from next semester, because we haven't had time to manage it this semester, virtual talks and possibly virtual careers fair as well. Okay. So for the time being, it does stand the 8 talks and the 3 visits within the course of your 4 years. But I will update you if we make some decision to reduce it somewhat. Yeah, but it shouldn't be an excuse when the talks are going to be virtual. The visits, we can't help it. We may need to look at it again. I'll do it at the faculty level and advise you soon. But as far as talks, we're getting many offers actually from companies wanting to do virtual talks. It shouldn't be a hindrance. And in fact, it's so much easier. You don't have to come personally. You just log in. Yeah, thank you. And there's no limit to attendance as well. Thanks.
Okay, so we will discuss especially the physical visits, or that's when we will, I think we have to make changes.
Yeah, but the talks,
for the talk, I think it will
shouldn't
be
be.
all right. Any other questions?
From FB student asks, for the final year student, are we getting our graduation document as soon as we graduate, or do we have to wait till the ceremony takes place?
I think it's the same like the previously. The university decided there will be a convocation this year also.
But they asked whether they can get, I think, final transcript before. The answer is yes. You can go to exam hall building and ask for that, for the official transcript.
Yep. Okay, next.
Can we get into the campus for that specific matter? For example, to get confirmation of student letter for zakat matters. That's question from FB.
Sorry, what's the question?
Can the student come to the campus to get signature from the lecturer and also confirmation letter that stated that he is the student of faculty because he wants to handle zakat.
If you are masters or PhD student,
no, undergrad, Prof.
Undergrad, yeah, we do it digitally. You can just send us your letter, or the draft of the letter to the lecturer, and the lecturers will sign it. If the dean or the deputy dean, we all do digital signatures and send back to you. Okay, next.
Vin?
I have submitted my thesis. Okay, there is one question here. Khairunisa Mohammed Nasir, I'm Khairunisa, PhD Civil Engineering. I have submitted my thesis early March. Also registered for the current semester, and I haven't received my report for Viva. Okay, Dr. Farah, can you check on this? Khairunisa Mohammed Nasir or June, and get back to us. Okay.
It just been signed.
Sorry?
Okay. It already been signed yesterday. This morning.
What is it?
For Khairunisa.
Khairunisa, not me. The student, Khairunisa student.
Yeah, Dr. Khairunisa.
I'm afraid you're confused.
Okay, this Omar, done. This is Omar Shami, done. This one, okay, next.
Lau Jun Hao.
Financial problems and not virus.
Okay, I'll answer that.
Student dean with approval letter. What does mean approval letter? This is postgrad or undergrad?
Do you know? Jianle Yang, is it undergraduate or postgraduate?
Young, the one asking question at
postgrad.
Postgrad.
Sorry, Prof. Can the student wait a month because we're now at the end of the Viva?
Sorry?
The PG question we ask later a bit, Prof. Dr. Farah is in the Viva right now.
This one we don't know. Is it for withdraw from the semester? I think it's a postgrad.
Yeah, I think it's postgrad also.
I think it looks like a postgrad. Okay.
Later we
Can I ask my supervisor to write a letter to the dean to get approval letter. Yeah, if you, whatever reasons, either financial or because of the virus, usually most of the time we give the withdrawal. You know, if the student applied for withdrawal, we give the permissions. Okay, this one.
From Lau Jun Hao, Prof, can we have an option for grade I to retake the entire course next semester?
Okay.
Okay. When you say entire course, is it one course or all the courses in this semester? Is Lau here actually?
Jun Hao is here. I think.
Yeah. Can you clarify? Is it all your subjects or just one subject or two subjects? If you can speak up, because yeah.
Hello. So just two subjects.
Just two subjects, right? So you want to take the grade I for the two subjects, lah?
Yes. Hoping to redo entire assignments and the entire course. Like for I think some of the undergraduate, especially year 3, when they initially look at the planner for normal condition, like for year 3 second year, we have like only 15 credit hours. So we are like kind of tempted to take extra subject since we don't know the coronavirus is going to hit. However, after it hit, the workload suddenly increased a lot until like, especially now, we have IDP and a lot of final term papers, assignments to hand in. It's starting to get overwhelmed. So I'm just wondering, like for grade I, can we just like for certain subject, we redo the entire course next semester since it's a year 4 subject or something?
Have I spoken to you before on this?
Yes, I spoken last time about it's about withdrawing. However, I don't know whether the current system withdrawal is going to continue. So like for grade I, the entire thing, we take the entire thing next semester. Is it still an option open for us?
Okay. For grade I, what you do, I think you need to know that you go through the Google form and you apply for it, yeah? Okay. And then we will process all the applications next week. So in the next 2 weeks, we will give out the results for those who succeed in getting the grade I. Okay. I think the fine point here, I think because we've talked about this, I'm surprised that you didn't just withdraw. Actually, I thought you were supposed to withdraw. It needs to be discussed with the lecturer. Okay, whether you are able to take the whole thing again, or you want to carry forward some of that. That is the fine point that hasn't been discussed properly.
No, but I think if you want to withdraw all, to get an I for all, then
you can. But
what
I'm saying is, the lecturer says, okay, you've done the assignment, carry forward the assignment. But what he wants is everything. But we consider the I that everything is being carried, repeated.
Repeated, yeah. An I, everything means everything is repeated.
Means you join your juniors and you do it again.
I think the question is, if you want to carry, then you have to discuss with the lecturer.
Yeah.
If you want to carry part of what you have done now, then to the next, yes, you have to discuss and the lecturer have to agree. But if you want to redo the entire course, I think it should be no problem.
You're sitting back in the next batch.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, okay, clear.
Okay, next.
Next question.
From Facebook.
Okay. What is it?
Can you? This is from Isma Hazim. Can you allow us? Okay. Wait.
Jimmy.
Which one? Hello.
Okay.
Who's talking?
It's also, I know which one this one is coming from. Okay. I think we go by what we do for classes. Okay, you come in through your Google Meet or whatever, your attendance is being recorded. Of course, we want to verify that you stay during the talk, that you pay attention and you get something out of it. So at the end of the talk, usually we will give a list of questions, okay, just to check whether you've been listening and what you take home from that experience. So that report or exercise at the end of the talk should count towards part of the attendance. The answers.
Okay, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's Jimmy.
Okay, this one. Okay, master students. My question is, will the Viva conducted online? No. Okay, the Vivas now we started conducting the Viva physically. Okay, unless the student is overseas. Yeah, if the student is overseas, yeah, we conduct the Viva online. If it is in Malaysia, then the student need to come and do face-to-face Viva. Okay, I think that's 2 questions about it here. Yeah, is there a probability of making Kenji defense? Yes. If the student is overseas again, the Kenji defense all can be conducted online. What else?
Prof, there's one question from Facebook. I think this one represents a lot of other clubs from Student Council also. Yes. Previously, they are allowed to sell something in front of Block U lecture hall, DK2 and DK3. That money come from the selling of like roti sausage, sandwiches. They use that for their project, for their program. So the student, right now, Dr. Raja didn't allow it, I believe because of the safety issue, because of the kesihatan OSHI issue lah. But the student asked whether they can sell that again later when the semester open like usual. Are they allowed to do that kind of fundraising activity, like selling those things in front of lecture hall at Block U?
Unfortunately, no. We cannot do this. We cannot allow it because, first one, we don't know how this food being prepared, the hygiene, the expiry date, all of that, how the food is being kept, because we cannot allow such kind of activities. It has to go through other channels, or maybe we can work something with the canteen, or we can work something else, but not to just simply put some food in front of the DK, and then we don't know how this food being prepared, and how about the expiry date, when it is purchased, and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, we need to follow certain procedures, you know.
Prof, if I may suggest, if the Student Council later do a separate meeting with TDP to come up with standardized how to sell this. The idea of selling is quite good also.
And we want to know who are these people?
Yeah, okay.
Because we don't know actually. We just see people coming with the motorbikes, carrying containers of food, putting there and leave. We don't know these people. We have to know the detail, all these people, and then how this food is being prepared. We need to come to our deputy dean, development, discuss with him what is allowed, what is not allowed. We cannot just simply put the food in front of the DK and
so we will have separate meeting with TDP later on to discuss how this can be done.
Yes.
Thanks, Prof.
Okay, next one.
Win, next question, Win.
Okay, live, anyone?
Okay. The next question is from the Q&A.
Okay, yes.
Hello, I am Jimmy. From previous physical talks, is it known that lecturers in charge are required to attend to witness and verify the attendance? May I know, is it still applicable to virtual talks as well?
I already answered that. Maybe you weren't listening.
Yeah, I think it will be, yes. We will capture the attendance for virtual talks.
Attendance, and we ask you to answer a set of questions at the end to make sure that you were present and paid attention.
Okay, Jimmy, clear? So we will record the attendance for the virtual talks, and there will be some questions at the end of the talk to make sure that the student attended and pay attention to the talk. Okay. Next, Abdullah. Okay, can we go through the questions again? Can you check if we missed any question?
Wait, Prof, I asking Adrian. Adrian, is there anybody want to voice?
Mr. Muhammad Abdullah, can you hear me? I think he's not here at the moment.
Oh, Waka.
Abdullah Bajwa?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. So there's been a recent incident with one of my postgraduate fellows, and he's been trying to renew his visa. And there's been a problem getting the physical, sealed progress report, and the EMGS is not having any soft copies. So my question again now is because now from 15th onwards, they are going to resume proper or normal operation at visa unit. So is it going to be possible for us to get like now proper sealed progress report copies and confirmation letters?
Yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah, because I think he was saying that the person in charge was still working from home. I don't know if she's back or not, he or she is back or not.
No. Does not mean work from home we cannot do work. Work from home means you can do exactly the same work that you are in the office. So
yeah, but Prof, in this case, the EMGS, the confirmation letter is not a big problem, but the progress report, they want it to be sealed.
So the problem is where? Is it in the faculty? The progress report is not provided to you, or where? What is the issue?
Thing is, the progress report, because we were at the moment everything was going online and there was no hard copies being delivered to the students.
Yeah.
But the visa unit and the EMGS people are not accepting the the soft copies, because they say there's a quite a big chance of us tempering them, okay, or maybe just making a fictional copy of the progress report. So if there is like a sealed proper progress report available now, then it becomes easier for us and they can accept it.
Yeah, but what was the problem? The problem is you couldn't get the physical or the hard copy of the progress report?
Yes. Like now I think because we've entered RMCO, I think it should be possible now.
Yeah. Now it's everything. As I say, now we are operating 100%.
Okay.
You should, when you apply for your progress report, you should get it. As you know, it should be signed by your supervisors and the head of department, right?
No, I think, Prof, because Prof.
Yes, good.
Okay, because we have contacted by visa unit in Encik Mahdi. He said that to renew visa purposes, confirmation letter is accepted by soft copy only, and also the progress report. The students does not need to supply hard copy. They can print out from their MyUM only.
Yeah, but still, when we go there, then we get a different answer from there. I don't know. It's us who just are going around in circles. So I'm just so maybe if you and the visa unit can sort this out on your own, and we just apply. I have no problem with the soft copy. Okay. I just want the visa. I have no problem. If they can accept it, okay, no problem.
Yes, because we have approved several applications, and they've been using only the print screen from MyUM student portal.
Okay, Abdullah, so we will confirm again with the visa unit and see do they need really.
Yes, Prof, just look into it. That's all I'm asking. Just look into it.
We will look at it, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, profs. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. So, Muhammad, third year mechanical engineering student. So now, Prof, as you know, because of the pandemic, we can't access the labs, the CAD labs, and we have IDB.
Are you a postgraduate student or undergrad?
Undergrad, third year mechanical engineering student. Yeah. So we can't access the labs, CAD labs, and design labs, and we have like very important courses in our structure, like IDB. And actually, we are supposed to use the softwares that and have access to these softwares in our labs. And this problem actually is obstacle, very huge obstacle in front of us. So I hope there's a solution for it. So we even like many friends of us try to send access requests, remote access requests for the labs, but there's no any answer from the faculty. This is first question. Second question is regarding the internship. Actually, as I'm third year, as I just mentioned, so I'm expected to do my internship this summer. And because of the pandemic, it's very hard for students to find an internship. So we keep like hearing many rumors about postponement of our internship, and sometimes we hear it's what it is, and we have to do it anyway. So we are pushed to find internship ASAP. Of course, we wish, but if we couldn't due to the pandemic, does our faculty or have any plans to help us to find the internship, since we have to have it to graduate? Thank you.
I'll answer the second one. I will leave the first one for the department to answer. Again, I repeat what I said earlier during the session. There are three options. Okay, three options regarding internship. If you want to do it this special semester, you can either do it physically or remotely. So companies are already offering remote internships, and that may be an advantage for you, because even if you are not in Malaysia, you can still try to do that if you get a place. Yeah. If you are unable to do so, either physically or virtually, then you have the option to do it next year, next special semester, before you graduate. I think the lecturers are trying very hard to find places for you. I think your coordinators are always liaising with the industry. Recently, we advertised for Top Glove and got many names. But that's the situation. Companies are also in a very tight situation right now. Not everybody can offer internships. That's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Okay, for the second one, for the access, remote access for the software, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Maya, mechanical?
Yes, have you requested the remote access? Because I received all the VPN and already processed by the ICT. Did you send the application?
Okay, because actually our submission date for our IDB project is 15th June to our supervisors. So I hope.
Are you asking for the software access, right? On remote access.
Yes.
Yes, all the applications from the students, if you have already submitted to the head of department, we have already processed and submitted to the ICT team of the faculty. I don't know where is your application. Have you submitted? Just check with that, and then if you haven't done that, fill out the form and send it to me.
Okay, thank you very much. So can you please write your email so I can send you?
Okay, she will write it in the chat box. Okay. Karenisa, can we go back to the questions? The one we received through the form?
Prof, I think there is one question in the Zoom chat.
Okay.
Dear Prof, I hope it is not too much if I ask this. I'm an undergraduate student. Out of curiosity, what was the reasoning that grading system is continued instead of pass and fail grading? Other overseas universities are implementing pass-fail grading. Another question.
Okay, can I answer this question first?
Sure.
Okay, so the pass and fail was discussed in the Senate of the university. We had a very long debate on what will be the best way to assess our students during these situations. There are precedents. Yes, we know there are many universities around the world which adapted the pass and fail, but after we study the implications and also we conducted a survey among the students. We conduct a survey among the lecturers about what will be the best way to assess our students. And it was 50-50. Okay? Among the students, I think most of the students prefer the conventional way of the assessment. I think 53% prefer the conventional way, 47% prefers the pass and fail, almost the same ratio among the lecturers. We also receive feedback from students, and we have, as a university, I was in the Senate during that session, we listen to different faculties, different departments, and in the end, we come out with to go with the conventional way for many reasons. One, first one, we noticed actually in Malaysia, all universities, public universities, still doing the conventional assessment. So we don't want to put our students in a disadvantaged position. Why? Because when, for example, you apply for a job, okay, you get a student from, for example, from UKM get pass. Another student from get pass. So we don't want to have that. Okay, yes, pass does not sound good. Also, we want to give a chance for students who does not have a good CGPE before to improve their CGPE. Okay, some students maybe, especially the final year, the one maybe this is a good time for them. So actually, we discuss it with all the implications on our students, and we make the decision, which is to stick to the conventional way. Okay, next.
The next question is, are test question moderated? It's because in many tests that my batchmate said, we could not finish the question usually. There are just too many questions for so little time.
Yes, it is moderated. Exam test questions and final exam questions are moderated, and we ensure that there's enough time. But if there is not enough time for students, okay, please inform your lecturers. Yes.
I will add on to that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you need to have a little bit of trust on your lecturers. Okay, part of our discussion is how we ensure integrity, so that during the test you don't talk to each other and you don't have enough time to get all the answers from your notes and your videos and whatever. Okay, so for some lecturers, the strategy is to really give you a lot. Okay, but be assured that we will mark fairly, because we need to differentiate between the good, the medium, and the bad students according to the work that you have put in. So if you complain that there are many questions, or even in some case that the lecturer puts the online quiz in a certain way, it has been considered. Okay, and that also addresses one of the questions in the list that Dr. Fairnisa provided to me, that you asked that the weightage be changed between the final exam and the assignment, because you feel that, oh, you did a lot of work during the assignment. So maybe it should be 60% assignment and 40% exam. It's not that simple. We cannot simply move at the faculty the percentage. That kind of change, number one, has to go through Senate. Okay. The other thing is, when lecturers do that, they actually consider. They give very long assignments, but they know that you are going to talk amongst yourselves. You are going to work together with your friends. Okay. So taking that into consideration, yes, we ask you to do a lot, but we know that there is collaboration, and therefore there is a smaller credit to it. As for the final, we know that you have to try by yourself as much as you can, and we have to be assured that you are doing this to be tested on your knowledge. So that's the reason behind the length of the exam, or the proportion of assignment versus exams. I hope you understand that.
Yeah, because the test questions and the final exam questions are moderated, and we don't moderate only the questions, we moderate the answers. Each lecturer submit the questions and the answers, and another lecturer will assess, or we moderate and see is the time given to the student. One of the questions actually that's the moderator have to answer is the time given to the student sufficient to answer the questions, and the moderator have to take yes or no. So yes, okay. And then there is one question actually about the 30 minutes submission. Okay, the 30 minutes. Actually, we give the maximum duration for the final exam 2 hours. Actually, the recommendation from the university is only 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes. But we, as the faculty, we decided to make it 2 hours. And then we plus 30 minutes for the student to do submissions. We know there are some issues with spectrum. There are sometimes internet connections. So that's why we recommend to the lecturers to provide other platforms for students to submit their answers and also supply the questions. Okay, so 30 minutes plus you have at least maybe another platform, maybe WhatsApp or whatever, email, whatever, any platform that lecturers prefers and convey to the student, and the students within that time frame should be able to submit the answers. Because this is one of the questions also in the list.
So I hope that's clear. Yeah, we didn't give you that detail, but we sent out an email to the staff as well to make sure, okay, when they post the question on Spectrum, they also have it available either on Google Meet or WhatsApp group. So if you cannot access, lecturer will give you your exam questions to WhatsApp. If you cannot submit by Spectrum, you take a picture of your exam, answer script, and WhatsApp to your lecturer. So there's no excuse. We allow all modes, and the lecturer is aware that they have to make this available, and they know about this.
Okay. Okay. Another question?
Yeah, I just want to address one of the other questions.
Maybe it is not even finished yet.
Okay, go ahead.
Finish?
Are you done?
Adrian, I have another question.
Vin, next question, Vin.
Yeah, okay.
I think there is no more from the chat.
Okay.
Sorry?
So we go back to the questions, okay, next.
There was some question.
Dr. Su, maybe can comment on the
Okay, I think we have,
coordination.
we receive, I think, quite a number of comments from mechanical engineering students about the coordination of the classes, especially the energy and environment. Yeah, I already asked the head of department to investigate this case, and I'm very clear on this also. There should be no combination of classes without permission. We have not given permission to the lecturers to combine the groups, and we will investigate this case and the necessary actions will be taken, okay, for this energy and environment. Also, there is from chemical engineering, the KIL 3005, KIL 3008, and KIL 3011. Okay, we will the head mechanic, what do you call it?
Chemical.
Are you around?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Yeah. Regarding the three so-called complaints.
Yeah.
Well, I have talked to the respective lecturers. Okay. For the KL 3005, she put up a lot of lectures, you know, in a video recording format, and the student can refer to that. Okay. And according to the lecturer, well, not changing the class too often, which I need to find out more from the class representatives on that, the particular technology. As for KIL 3008, I must say that from the overall class feedback on this particular subject, the students have given the lecturers very good comment. The way that she recorded the lectures and everything, you know, was actually perfect. And yeah, it is true. When I talked to her, she admitted that initially she wanted to have the test, okay, without any final exam, to have it on week 13. But after the regulations came out from the KNCA's office, and she advised to the rules, she would shift the exam to week 15. According to her, every time she changed her class, in fact, she only changed her class once due to the holiday, the public holiday on certain Tuesday. So she had it on the replacement class on Friday only once. And the lecturer actually got the class representatives to get the signature and agreement from the entire class before she conduct the replacement class. So to her is this matter arising on her changing the class very often, which is really shocked her very much.
Okay, maybe the one who asking this question.
Yeah, can I get the student to...
Could you please directly contact with the head of department? Dr. Noor, can you leave your email on the chat box?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so directly give more details so we can verify.
Okay, as for the last questions, the lecturer is pretty new on the subject. He was not aware of the many things, and he also struggled with the e-learning. He tried very hard. As the student mentioned, initially the class changed a little, but towards end, he seems to be able to, follow the course. And then I also discussed with him. He agreed that he will put some recorded video, and upload in the Spectrum to clarify points and topics which students are unclear about. He's willing to do so. So I would ask the students to write to the lecturer concerned for KIL 3011 any questions or any chapters you need him to repeat, and he will do so. Okay? Because, students didn't contact the lecturers in the beginning until very late. He was a little bit confused what the students know and what the students do not know. Okay? Can I have the students, especially a representative, to contact the lecturer concerned? He is willing to do some recording and share the video recording on various topics for you to, do revision. Any question at all, you can email him and he will answer them accordingly.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you, Dr. Noor. Okay, maybe I will invite also the head of mechanical, Dr. Maya. There are a few questions about KIG 3005.
We're talking about the 3005, right? Okay, I've spoken to the lecturer. In terms of the class combinations, I will discuss with Dr. Sohanya later on. But then in terms of the mainly, I would understand what I understand from the students' comment as well as from the response from the lecturer is that it was no alignment of the assessment and how it's being shared. It will be also be informed clearly. Now, I think I will believe that it's mainly because of the miscommunication. How it's being shared, they are also it's not clear of the different groups. I already remind the lecturers to clarify all the assessments again with all the students.
Okay, I hope it's the answer, please. How about the 3003? KIG 3003. Maya.
Mechanics of machine and vibration.
Where is it? What is it?
Mechanics of machine.
Of machines and vibration.
The student comment that
this is the first time that I'm seeing this, Prof. So I haven't talked to the lecturer on that. Sorry.
Yeah. This is the
we get it around 2:30.
Yeah, large amount of assignments and homework. So So the head of department will.
I'll talk to the lecturer and then to clarify on it might be as the most of the cases, I mean like the other subjects as well, mainly the assessment is given just to make sure that students are participating in the class. So we are hoping that for the lecturers to clarify which is being assessed, which is just to make sure that the students are active in class.
Okay, so thank you, Dr. Maya. Okay, there are two questions about the study week. Okay, actually, this is decision also of the university. The university, there is no study week this semester, and I think this comes from the university. You can see the academic calendar. Also, the university make decision that the final exam only 1 week, but as a faculty, we decide to do the exam in 2 weeks. So like this, we can give more time for students, and we don't cram all the all the exams in 1 week. So this is also in our decision, the faculty decision, to make the exams after the consultation with the student representative. So we decided that we should make the exam 2 weeks, but the study week, it's a decision of the university. We have to follow the academic calendar provided by the university. Okay, we also make sure that there will be no assignments after, this is also a faculty decision, there will be no assignments after week 13, new assignments, which is not related to the final exam. There will be no new assignments. Yeah, the extension, yes, there are, I think one of the questions that is the student request for extension. Yeah, this is, you have to talk to your lecturer and request for an extension. But you have to know also, the lecturer needs some time to do the marking and the grading of these assignments and these homeworks. Okay, this is 23 and 36. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, Kirmisa.
Yeah, I just want to add about asking for extension. I think when we spoke to the student council, many of you are not aware of how much time the lecturers have to mark your exams. Okay. Let me go on record. I've said this before today. they only have 1 week after the last paper. Okay, so can you imagine if you ask for an extension, when exactly are they supposed to mark your answer scripts, and that yet you expect to be marked fairly and correctly? So I think people have done, are trying the best on both sides in order to accommodate some of these requests related to exams. I'll move on to the next item. I think it's okay.
Dr. Su, about the coordination and unclear instruction from the subject.
I know which part this is. I think that's for certain subjects, students are saying there is no coordination. If you have 3 lecturers, and it's different, the assignments that you have or the timing of the classes and everything between the 3 lecturers is not coordinated. I think you need to deal specifically with your head of department and the subject lecturer for this. Be specific on the details. We know of some of the courses. And I think for most of the departments, the practice is they even coordinate the content. So that's number 1. Yeah? Even if there are 3 groups, the content should be coordinated, the assessment should be coordinated. Number 2 is that even though you are complaining that some of you don't know what is going to come in the assignments and the teaching, like Prof. Saad said earlier, we have made it compulsory. We have actually prepared a form to plan the e-learning, and the lecturer has to let you know before the 27th of April what they plan to do for the rest of the semester. So if that hasn't been done, it will be that lecturer's responsibility that they did not do. But I hope that is in the minority rather than in the majority, because this has actually been checked through by the HOD. Each form has been checked through, and they were supposed to post it on Spectrum.
Yeah, again, if you didn't get it, so let us know, communicate with your head of department or your program coordinators and inform them with maybe the course code so we can take the necessary actions. Okay, next. Nisa, next one.
Maybe I just go on. One of the questions asked about to be informed of the method of the final exam.
Sorry.
Here, I think the standard things we agree on is the duration is 2 hours. We are going to have alternative channel like WhatsApp to give you the questions that you submit. We are talking about the use of camera to make sure that we see your face and we see your hands. If the lecturer wants to do this, we'll ask them to let you know in advance if you're worried about some kind of privacy issue. But we also need to make sure that the exam is an exam.
Also, there is a declaration form.
Integrity. Yeah, we'll be issuing to you integrity declaration form prior to your exam session to sign.
Dr. Su, maybe to wrap up the feedback form from the Google form.
Tak ada dekat atas.
Siapa yang?
Somebody has their mic on.
Sorry, I think Dr. Juliana. Dr. Suhana, to wrap up the comment from the Google feedback form, I think most of the comment are regarding lack of coordination and too much assignment. The student think that it's too much assignment. Perhaps if I can suggest, but of course this one can be later bring on to JKID also. For CQI next semester, maybe we specified from very beginning when the student need to submit the assignment, when they need to submit the test, and also the final exam perhaps. That's the thing I think the faculty can improve on and discuss further on this, because I think I can say about 70% of the comment are regarding that. The students are not aware when exactly they need, when exactly is the test, when exactly they need to submit the assignment, and which part is the continuous assessment, which part is final summative assessment. I think I speak on the behalf of other students as well from the student council. This is their concern actually, not really clear, and some of the subject, the lecturer did not form a group WhatsApp, so that kind of hard to communicate fast. They have to wait for Spectrum announcement and so on. If the student quite how to say, respond quite fast, that's okay, but some of the lecturers also quite busy and taking some time to answer. So perhaps we should look into this communication channel. I think most of the issue are about miscommunication. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's again, as I say again, the students, let me emphasize this again. If you write to a lecturer and the lecturer didn't respond to you, or the lecturer does not give you the plan how you are going to be assessed, drop us an email. drop me an email or Dr. Suhanna or the head of department. So we know, we take action. Okay, if the lecturer does not respond to you, we need the feedback. You know, we don't know, we cannot. We have 169 lecture. We have hundreds of courses. You know, we cannot check one by one. But if the students are experiencing difficulty in communicating with their lecturers, or the lecturer does not provide, just drop us an email. Drop us feedback. Let us know so we can inform the lecturer, and we tell them we have to do it.
And I want to add on to that is we gave you a chance. I asked all the HODs to actually do an e-learning survey amongst you after 2 weeks of e-learning. Okay, so we didn't see very many complaints then. You know, and I don't think you can hide behind the excuse that you are worried about your identity being exposed and so on. You know, and you are responsible for getting the message across, because if you don't use the right channel to get the message across, there are chances that you're not being listened to, because we put out that opportunity for you to make yourselves heard, like we do now.
I think there is another question, which is about the question number 33. Sorry, I'm not going through the 33. Can we have a gap? Yes. Yeah, so we the minimum gap will be 1 hour between two consecutive exams. Okay, number 32, which is I think the student council. Can we have? Yes, I think you have. We need the student councils and the student representatives to give us the feedback and act as a what you call medium, or as a coordinator between us and the students. Some student doesn't want to reveal their identity, yes, but we need your feedback. I don't want to know who makes the comment. The most important for me is the comment, but we need to verify also. We have also to be fair to the lecturers. We have to be fair to the person. We have to verify. We have to investigate and make sure what's made is genuine. Okay, next. Karunisa, some lecturers not responsive. As I say, if the lecturer not responsive, please drop us an email. Drop me an email. Okay, or the head of department, whatever.
Maybe I just want to add on two of the positive remarks here. It's always nice to see the positive towards the end. Somebody said good job. Thank you. The very last remark. The other one is, can you ask the dean this question? What can we do as students, community, club, society that can contribute to improve other students' academic performance, or creating motivated, passionate students that will give impact to the country? So that I thought that was a nice question to say. And of course, I have some thoughts about that as well. Maybe I want to say something there as well.
Yeah, I think that is like Dr. Sandra mentioned. It's a very positive and very look forward question. You know, this is looks very interesting to receive this kind of questions from our students. Yeah, I think we, as you know, in the classes or as a student, you know, we have different types of students, different level of students. Some students are very smart, some hardworking, some of them, they have some difficulties. I think this is the time where we need our good student to help other students. Okay, we need to work together as a community, you know, as a community where we provide the support to students. Students help each other. Okay, students share the informations as we always like, actually, in terms of project, for example, forming the groups with very colorful groups where students work together as a group. So to encourage or to to forge this kind of working relationships among all students from different races, from different religions, from different cultures, international, local students. Okay, so I think we always look forward for this kind of relationship among our students. Okay, yeah. Okay, next. Okay, Carolisa, anything else? We already exceed by 70 minutes.
Yeah.
Any questions we missed from the list here?
The FB Live asked, the student from FB Live asked whether they can come back next semester. The FYP student can come back. The student is third year. she's asking whether she can come back. The answer is no, right, Prof? We waiting
no, until further notice. We do know.
until further notice.
Maybe
Yes,
next semester there will be different announcements, and we will let our students. Actually, we miss you all. We want you to come back. The university and the faculty is very boring without students. You have to know this.
Sorry,
I tell you this. Believe me, the faculty and the university is very boring. It's like a desert, you know. We don't see students around. We are not happy actually. We need our students. We want our students to come back to the campus. We believe actually, I personally believe there is no replacement from the face-to-face, from the communication, natural communications. But again, we need to follow the rules of the government, the guidelines provided by the ministry and the university. We hope that these kind of things will be eased slowly. I think we can see our postgraduate students coming in. Starting from 1st of July, the current final year students will start coming back, and we hope things will get better as we go along. Next one, anything, sir? Yeah, we received some of the comments also asking me to fire some of our lecturers. Yeah, we.
Prof, mana ada? No.
Okay, so we take a positive comment, negative and positive comment. Okay.
Okay.
Now, to let you know, we read all your comments. Okay. Next.
But some need to be filtered.
Yes, we need to filter some of the comments. Okay, next.
We can go back to the Q&A. I just want to make a clarification. I think something was not clear during the discussion about assignments. No new assignments after week 13. If your lecturer has told you from the beginning there's going to be an assignment after week 13, it stays. Yeah, point number 1. No new assignments, only after week 13. Yeah, anything else you want to do that?
This one?
Okay. I think somebody is asking about since our lab is counted as I and e-learning will be in the next semester, are you going to have to do 2 labs at once? That will be up to the department. Some departments have, in their planning, decided to do 2 labs in the same semester. Some other department will need to come up with a decision. So it's going to be case by case basis because you've got very big departments like mechanical, much smaller ones like biomedical. It depends on their facilities, so they need to juggle that.
And the department will come up with a new planner later on, kan?
Yeah. Well, if you need to, yeah.
Okay, next. Any other questions, Karanisa?
Interestingly, I'm seeing so many forms. It's nice to see some familiar names in the list. I cannot see you, but at least, you can see me. So it's,
Ada familiar. Engineer Shankar is familiar. Familiar name. I think we already answered everything. Do we miss anything?
Okay, maybe now we open one more round. Maybe another two minutes or 3 minutes for any questions. Or if we miss one of your questions here, please let us know.
Somebody saying something now?
This is Wakar. This is Wakar.
Hello, can you hear?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Sorry for interruption, Prof. First, I would like to extend my warm thanks to Prof. Saad, Madam Swana, and your entire team. Since long time, you all have been here and listening so many questions, answers. Just I have a little bit question regarding PhD research students. My first question is, please the confirm timing, entrance and leaving to the lab for the PhD research student. Because in mostly cases when we start our experiment, it takes more than 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. As per the earlier policy, we are bound to leave the lab after 5 or 5:30. So in this case, we have to stay at the lab. Please make sure that either we can stay at the lab in this condition. And second one, some of the experiment or characterization especially, we need to do in other departments, in other labs. Regarding internal money transfer, we have to pay money there and we have to go there. What about those facilities? Either they are open still or not open. We can use those facilities, PhD students. And third one, regarding as the long discussion have been done on about the research fee, especially for the international students. Just I want to ask, sorry, our research fee for this semester, I'm in the fourth semester, about 9,000 ringgit and 9,600 ringgit total fee, research fee. But as due to this pandemic, we cannot attend the any lab work. And what will be about that research fee? It's a huge fee. And secondly, every semester, this research fee is increasing in every semester, but still the facilities at the lab are the same. So what will be the answer for this question, as the facilities are same, but research fee is increasing? And it's really, I'm in fourth semester and my senior is in fifth semester. There is about 6,000 or 7,000 RM fee difference between just one semester. He is paying 3,000 something, I'm paying 9,000 something. So how can we justify this one? And the fourth question, sir, it's regarding a request. It depends upon the faculty budget. There is a software which is mostly used by the PhD researcher to draw the graphs, Origin. And it's still the faculty and the university don't have that registered version. And most of the research.
What's the name of the software?
Origin. ORIGI, Origin. So most of the researchers using crack version, which is against to the research ethics, and we are bound to be avail the full features of that software. It's not so expensive. I get the quotation. I already talked to the IT department, faculty engineering, and they asked me if the dean, deputy dean approved this budget. It's almost about 7,000, 8,000 ringgit software. Then we can buy this software for the faculty of engineering, and most of the student can be benefited. So these are the little bit question, and I would like to have.
Thank you very much for questions. Okay, for first question about the extension of the lab hours. Okay, as you know, we are in the first week of operation now. So now currently we operate from 9 or 8. Even actually we can come to the lab as early as 8:30 or even 8 to 5:30. Okay, we hope that we can extend this maybe slowly, maybe in the week to come. Maybe you go to 7 till we come to the normal operations, which labs will be open 24 hours. We need to monitor first the situations, okay? But currently we need to have this timing, which is in 8 hours from till 5:30, okay? But soon we will be operating at a normal as we used to before. Okay, other labs. Yes, other labs are open. If you want to do, all the labs in the faculty are open. So if you want to do an experiment or a test or whatever in other lab in the faculty, yes, it's open. Yes, the fees, yes, as I say, we will make a proposal to the university to reduce the fee, especially for this semester 2 and even semester 1 for next year. Okay, because of this situation. So I already answered these questions. Yeah, the fees keep increasing. The facilities is the same. Yeah, this is we always argue about this. The university management also, they have their own version. They say the fees, we need to increase the fees to sustain because the government cutting the funding from the universities. They have to generate their own way of funding. But we will keep making a request to university at least to keep the fees reasonable, especially during this situation. So unfortunately, the faculty, we have no say actually on the. We can only highlight to the top management about the fees. About the software, yes, the software, yes, if we need to know the number of users. Okay, because whenever we purchase software, we need to know how many people are using it. So it's good if you can, if your supervisor can make a request and list, for example, which department and the lecturers who are using this software, and then we can purchase it, because we cannot purchase software requested by one lecturer. We only can do subscription for software which are widely used by as many as possible lecturers and students inside the faculty. So please make your supervisor make a request.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Any other questions? Okay.
Hovin, you want to ask question, Hovin?
Yes, Prof. Regarding the final years, right? I'm asking on behalf of some of the final years. Some of us are quite interested to continue study after our undergraduate studies. So, given the current situation, what is the intake process will be?
Yeah, I think we will be very happy also to have our students in our system. We always actually want our students to stay because we believe we have the best students in the country. You know? So that's my personal opinion, and I always believe in this. So I think the same process you can, we can even give you a conditional offer for before your results. Based on your previous result, we can give you a conditional offer. So please, all the final students who are interested to continue, please talk to potential supervisors. Maybe you select the area of your research, which area you are interested in, and then which supervisor you want to work with. And then you can discuss with him or with her the proposal. You can, because you need to prepare a proposal, and you make an application. You can even apply either for direct PhD if your CGP is above 3.75. Correct, June? The TDIT is around? June?
Yes, yes. Ada.
Yes, Prof.
Okay, if they have 3.75, they can go directly for PhD, right?
Yes, Prof. The fast track.
Yeah, fast track, you can, if you have 3.75, you can go for directly for PhD. If you have below, you can apply for masters. Masters, we have two types of masters. We have masters by coursework, and then we have masters by research. So it's the option is yours. It's a good also to look into projects which have fun, so we can get an RA, a research assistant. So you don't have to pay the tuition fee, and you get some allowances. Yeah, I think it is. You talk to us, you know. Let us know. We will be very happy to offer our students actually.
The question is, given the current situation, can we enter to do the lab works?
You are what? You are as a final year student or?
Final year, Prof.
Yeah, final year starting from 1st of July.
1st July.
Yeah.
But 1st of July is already week 15. So whoever can enter is the one who apply for I status, I believe, Dr. Sana.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Just to remind you, if you wish to apply for any I status, either it's FYP or any other subjects, please try to do so by Monday. If you do it by Monday, I will do the meeting as in the same week. You will get the results by the following week. 1.5 weeks from now, in 10 days, you can get the results. If you do it later, we only give you the decision after your exams. But if you want to take grade I, don't sit for your exams. Otherwise, you become uneligible. Okay?
Just to clarify,
yeah.
just to clarify, is it true that let's say, for example, I'm going to continue to study as a master or PhD, I can straight away enter to do the lab work, is it? Starting July.
No, if you are if you are a master student or PhD student, yes, you are allowed to come to do lab work. Yes.
I think well, the process maybe Dr. Farah can explain better. You apply online through the system.
Apply online.
And your application gets approved by the Jawatan Kuasa Ijazah Tinggi at the faculty. The whole application process, I don't know, Puan Jun, takes what, 1 month now?
Yeah, 1
month. Yeah. So you can get a conditional offer letter because you haven't had your exams yet. Yeah. You can get a conditional offer letter before your exams, even maybe. And then when you get your results, you may register. You may register, you pay for the fees, and you may register as a graduate student. That's when the clock starts counting as a graduate student. Yeah.
Okay, any other questions?
Any questions first?
Not right now, Prof. We already answered everything.
I'm just looking at a closing remark. I think we understand that everybody is in a difficult situation. Some of you were forced to go back to your homes, okay, which may be not comfortable with many siblings. Maybe you have parents who are ill, you have financial problems. Everybody is in a very tight spot. Yeah, so that also contributes to a lot of stress. And maybe that is what is giving rise to a lot of your comments here. Also remember that your lecturers could also be in exactly the same situation. They may have young children who are crying when they're trying to do their e-learning class. They may have, problems with the elderly parents and so on, just like you do. I think the main thing is to maintain respect and maintain good communication and keep the communication channels open. Actually prior to this meeting, I made an e-learning survey for the staff as well. Actually, they were very nice about you. But there will be lecturers who make comment that for certain subjects, attendance is declining. Okay? There are lecturers who feel they are talking to themselves. Lecturers who have listed out the students who don't attend class, who are missing in action, and who don't send in assignments even though you are given a second or a third chance. Okay? So I'm just asking that despite the difficulties, you have the option. If you think you really cannot carry it, apply for a grade I. We'll deal with it together in the coming semesters. If not, push through, do the best that you can, because know that the lecturers are really doing the best that they can. Everybody's trying their best during this time now. I just hope that you can remember that. There's always two sides to the story.
Okay, any other questions? Karunisa, can we end up? Can we summarize now? Karunisa?
Yes, yeah, I'm around. Yes, Prof. No other question, Prof. You already answered everything.
Okay.
Some are repetitive.
Okay, so maybe I can end up here. So I would like, first of all, to thank all the students who participated and also sent us their feedback. We are always open for comments, suggestions, and your feedback also. And also, I would like to thank all the, especially Karunisa, she worked very hard in arranging this talk and keep communicating between us and the students. So thank you very much, Karunisa, and also our ICT unit, our deputy deans, head of departments. So thank you. As I say again, please, the students, if you have any issues or anything, please write to us. Okay. So thank you and take care. Stay safe. Okay. All right. Wish you all the best in your assignments and your exams that's coming. So, Assalamualaikum and very good evening.